Okay guys, welcome back to the Aggrotank. This is the excuse me. This is the video playthrough of Xtreme X-Men. Extreme X-Men. No. This is the video playthrough of X-Men Destiny on the Extreme setting, which is the hardest difficulty setting in a relatively easy game so far. You'll notice that there's not really any audio with this video other than my voice. We're playing around with a few different options here, and as we are looking into making more and more of these videos, technically it's a copyright infringement if we essentially just have gameplay, or a majority of the gameplay is video. So we're going to try to avoid that. I think we're going to do a little bit more research and hopefully have some kind of balance between the two, but for the purposes of getting this video out, it's going to be primarily, well, no, entirely just me. As you can see, we picked up where we left off, Cyclops having saved Grant, and continuing to move through the city, and at this point we've met up with Toad. Toad is an interesting character. No matter what comic book, video game, movie he's in, he always has a different interpretation of how he interacts and how he does, and how he looks, quite frankly. And he looked pretty fucking weird in this one. But in any event, he gives us a little tutorial on how to jump on the girder beams and move throughout the stage, which wasn't really necessary, but it was nice to see another character, and you get to talk to him a little bit and see his opinion. We found another piece of propaganda there, and then as we continue to go through, we run into another group of purifiers here. They seem to have the white, more armored guys. They seem to have some kind of like stun baton, and it wasn't much of an issue to take care of them. As you jump up in the air and you, I forget what button it was, but you essentially do a ground pound, and there's certain segments where you can break the ground. Right here I'm just going to level up my abilities a little bit with the Shadow Matter, and that gives me a continued, that's my Ether Blade that I leveled up, so it just essentially gives you another combo set. It doesn't look like I have any suits yet, but I have the Quicksilver Offensive gene, which I have applied to my character currently, which basically gives a chance for my attack to double in speed, which, when there's a lot of guys, that can quickly become a useful utility as you mow through them. And I almost missed that piece of propaganda, but as you can see, it was right around the corner there. Looks like you have some rogue mutants down there running away, and then we have another purifier here, a little rocket launcher, pretty easy. The X is over there, you saw, but if you go to the left of this corridor, we enter a challenge arena, and these are hidden throughout the entire game. I really like how they do that, like a little splash across the front, like challenge arena. It's pretty neat, and essentially they give you something not ever really too difficult. I forget how many guys it was here, but you have to beat X amount of guys in at least probably a minute 30 is the time frame you got it, or 90 seconds, something like that. So didn't take much to mow through them, and then I got a gene which I couldn't see there, but I'm sure I'm going to pull it up in my menu in just 1 second. If you complete the mission, you get the gene. If not, you don't, obviously. So we have the defensive gene, and it's the avalanche one, which essentially just reduces enemy damage as it comes, as it hits you. And as you can see here, we have at least 2 tiers that we can level up. So by leveling that up, I take even less damage. So not only on this character build do I have the Shadow Matter, but my attacks also have the chance to double in speed, and I have a reduced damage modifier for oncoming damage. So we meet up with the White Queen. I'm not really sure why or how she was in the sewers. But in any event, looks like she's helping to release some mutants down here. And another group of purifiers. She turns all diamond and starts to enter the brawl. And we can go nuts. You see my new the new combo that I unlocked there. It's like a round, not a roundhouse kick, but like a crescent kick. Think Guile from like Street Fighter or something like that. Want to get that guy back there because he can be a real pain in the ass. Okay, so there's no particularly easy or difficult way to go about this. Just run through and beat them all. I mean, the game doesn't present a huge challenge, at least this early on. I mean, we're essentially still in the learning stages of the game, but I'm sure it'll get more difficult as we go on. And then we have a quick little conversation here with Emma Frost, where I couldn't help but laugh because Grant essentially tells Emma Frost that she looks bigger in person, and I think that was kind of like a tongue-in-cheek joke on her cleavage rather than her actual stature. Alright, so we're going to pause here for a minute while we go through the conversation here, or maybe not, because we should be almost done here. So you ask about the purifiers, you ask about the rally attack. A lot of people still think that Magneto is behind it, and neither the Brotherhood or the X-Men seem really convinced that it was Magneto, but it's certainly not ruled out. Nobody would be surprised. You start talking to her about your powers and your manifestation and how you feel that it's a lot and it's almost too much too fast, especially since literally 20 minutes ago you were just an average high school student on the football team, based on the fact that they alluded to he's a freshman. He couldn't be more than 15, but now he's essentially a superhero. He's a mutant and the main character of this game. Alright, so you guys are going to split up going through the tunnels. I'm going to just fill up my health here real quick, and we're gonna go to the X. Pretty straightforward. I'm just going to double check here on the left. Looks like we have a little collector. I almost fell off the edge. That's not something I would like to do. And we're just going to beat up these two guys who are randomly on patrol here. Seems like an odd place to patrol, but more guys to beat up, right? So now we do our little gridiron run here. Hop back up to the top. And yeah, here we go. Looks like there's a young mutant there, and that guy who looks like he couldn't really fit through that door, but anyway. He has an almost Iron Man-esque suit. And you can see that he's in the midst of capturing the girl. His cohorts on the side say that there's a lot of powerful mutant signatures in the area, and he goes forward looking for them, leaving them to finish up with the girl. So Grant feels obligated to go over there and help because she's just an innocent young girl. So you go up here and you do another quick little beat 'em up. Essentially, that's what the game is—a series of beat 'em ups, which I particularly enjoyed for this style of the game. I wish that more enemies would appear on the screen, at least at this particular time. As you can see, I'm kind of waiting for characters to come back out. I beat them, the door opens. We could have progressed through that considerably quicker. So you approach the young girl, and then out of nowhere, Pixie and Caliban come out of a little portal there. Kind kind of talking to themselves, but you know, Pixie gives you a little nod, asking if you're a mutant. Seems like you're on the up and up, and seems like you're doing a good job. So, quite literally, they just pick up the little girl. Pixie opens up a portal, and they peace out, kind of leaving you there to yourself. Okay, and that's going to wrap up this episode of X-Men Destiny on the Xtreme playthrough. Check back for part, what was this, 3? So check back for part 4 soon. Alright, thanks for watching, guys.